Hi, I'm Edna Chepkorir. I work for Indigenous Information Network in Kenya, which is a non-governmental organization set up in 1997 to address a number of challenges that Indigenous peoples face and to communicate issues that they face. And this included publishing a nomadic news magazine, which was a magazine to communicate their issues and challenges and their culture. Later on, the organization mandate grew to cover human rights with a focus on Indigenous people's rights and looking at the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples and also focusing on Indigenous women's rights. And that is because we host the Africa Indigenous Women's Organization. We also have a number of other programs to focusing on health, sexual and reproductive health rights that looks at impacts of environmental toxins on Indigenous women's, and also a capacity building program on climate change adaptation and capacity building on environment conservation. We have so far been able to do a number of projects on climate change adaptation, where the intention is to build communities' resilience to climate change through a community-based climate change adaptation initiatives that is focused on linking traditional knowledge to the climate change adaptation and also linking communities to county governments, officials, and to air their issues at national platforms, local platforms, to ensure integration of Indigenous people's issues, climate change issues into the policy process, and also international advocacy on climate change to ensure that it follows a human rights-based approach. We've also done a national training on climate change in Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania that focused on capacity building of communities to understand climate change and also for them to know that why it's happening and what they can do about it. And secondly, also to build the capacity of government officials to understand climate change and why it's important for them to integrate it in their different policies, sectoral policies that they have, like for instance, in the policy for health, why it's important, and also on water and such. So far, also, we are now currently undertaking a project on climate change adaptation in one county in Kenya, which is called Narok, where we aim to support the community to set up a resource center to understand climate change through the advocacy campaigns we've been carrying out for a whole year, and also for them to adapt to climate change and conserve better their forests. And this is ongoing, and we have a target to reach 20,000 people by the end of the year. End of the program that is in next year. And we also hope that the county officials will be able to understand climate change well, because they are new in the office, and we'll be able to have a platform where we can be able to exchange information with them on climate change. And as well as that, we are also part of a gender working group on climate change in Kenya, and we intend to have government sectors and programs also to integrate gender issues within their programs so that they have a gender lens anytime they are carrying out, so that women issues and men's issues are addressed. Thank you.